Welcome to PersonalLiberty.com. I'm Wayne Allen Root. My commentary this week is about Mitt Romney's choice for Vice President, Congressman Paul Ryan. But first, a comment on last week's video. Wow! I told you about Obama's college scandal at Columbia University. Obama's my college classmate. That video went viral. Over 80,000 of you viewed it in just the first day. Over 150,000 in the first week. It's well on its way to unheard of numbers in the hundreds of thousands, spreading from coast to coast with conservatives and libertarians all over this country. And I just want to say thank you for watching and telling your friends about it. Well, I'll tell you what, my commentary sure struck a chord, a nerve. In one 24-hour period, I was on Sean Hannity Radio, Sean Hannity TV, Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, Governor Mike Huckabee, Geraldo, and the late-night national radio show Red Eye, among 80 media appearances. That was in one day. CNBC was blogging about it, Bill O'Reilly blogging about it, Investors Business Daily published an entire editorial based on me and my revelations. And I wanted to let you know, I'm working on an update right now. I've had over 3,000 emails from my fans, and the most asked questions are, why does this matter? What do you hope to accomplish? And can your revelations bring down the President of the United States? I'll have my Part 2 update soon. Please look for it right here at PersonalLiberty.com. Now to Mitt Romney's pick of Paul Ryan as the vice presidential running mate. From a former vice presidential nominee, that's me, to another, that's Paul Ryan, I have some advice. I'm going to tell Mitt the strategy that wins in the election. Use Paul Ryan as Obama's shadow. Because if there's one man in America born for the job of debunking Obama's myths and lies, it's Paul Ryan. Now, as a political pundit, I have to admit my initial reaction to Romney's choice was surprise and disappointment. Because most Americans just don't know who Paul Ryan is. And the Democrats will, of course, paint him as the mean man about to take away Grandma's Social Security. Another issue is that Ryan won't gain Romney any Latino voters, the most important political voting group in the country right now, or expand Romney's base. And quite frankly, Paul Ryan's not the most exciting guy in the room. He's a policy wonk extraordinaire and boy genius. But those are not ideal attributes for giving rousing speeches. Not surprisingly, my first choice for the job was Florida Senator Marco Rubio. In my opinion, Rubio solves all of the issues above. But after a day of thought, my opinion has changed 180 degrees. Romney made a brilliant move. He found himself a stealth weapon. Someone that proves that Obama is a phony. Someone who proves that Obama is not the smartest guy in the room. Far from it. My advice from one former vice presidential nominee to another is to capitalize on Paul Ryan's unique, actually far more than unique, 1 in a million brain power and knowledge of budgets. More on that later. First, let's analyze it. Romney made a bold move by not taking the easy road with a Tim Pawlenty or a Portman, old white guys just like him. He picked the architect of the GOP congressional budget plan, the only plan by any politician that at least attempts to slow the growth of spending, although I personally believe Ryan should have gone even further. Picking Paul Ryan embraces cutting government spending as the centerpiece of Romney's campaign. He's not hiding from controversy. He's not hiding from what Obama's socialist cabal calls radical ideas. Romney is going for it. To be blunt, I didn't think he had it in him, so bravo. The image Team Romney has created is simple and stark. Vote Romney, Ryan, R&R, to at least try to control the size of government, cut spending and debt, reform entitlement programs, and encourage small business to create jobs. Or stick with Obama, Biden, and choose pure insanity. Embrace even more spending, more debt, bigger government, and keep demonizing and punishing the small business owners that create almost all the jobs and actually pay for almost all the government programs. Keep telling them the private sector is doing just fine while you raise their taxes and ruin their businesses. And keep demoralizing small business by telling them, you didn't build that. Voting for Obama is like killing the goose that laid the golden egg. Or maybe it's the golden job. Romney has laid down the gauntlet. Like the heroic fireman running into the burning World Trade Center, Romney ran towards the tough choices, controversy, and claims by liberals that women, children, and elderly will starve. Romney doubled down. Again, I just didn't think he had it in him. Romney's choice of Ryan also shows that his strategists made the decision that this election will be won in the heartland of America with Midwestern values. The Midwest has been ignored for decades. Midwesterners are starving for political attention. This is a brilliant move. This is a battle cry for every Midwestern, Catholic Christian, suburban, hunter, fisher, NASCAR, NFL lover, especially Green Bay Packer lover, married with kids American voter. There ain't no fooling around here. Romney will win this election by outraising and outspending Obama to bring out record numbers of those disillusioned by Obama's lies and divisiveness. He's looking for the vote that's white, middle-class, Catholic, Christian, suburban, married, and those voters who, regardless of race, religion, or geographic location, believe in those values that have made America the greatest nation on earth, the values of our founding fathers. The choice of Paul Ryan as VP makes it clear, if you vote for Romney, you won't be getting something for nothing. Money doesn't grow on trees, pigs don't fly, and the way to solve a debt crisis is not with more spending and debt. Is it working? Romney raised $3.5 million in 24 hours after announcing Ryan as his VP choice. Mitt is gambling that the battle will be won in the Midwest, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa, and maybe even Pennsylvania thrown in for good measure. Can Romney sweep those states? Ask Governor Scott Walker of Wisconsin, who passed major union reforms and then won his recall by a landslide. Congressman Paul Ryan has won by landslides year after year in a pro-union, heavily Democratic Wisconsin congressional district. Ryan knows how to win over moderate, independent, married with children voters who hunt, fish, and go to church on Sundays. But most importantly, as a former vice presidential candidate myself, here's my advice for how Romney can put Paul Ryan's brain power and policy wonk talents to use. I watched Congressman Ryan on YouTube a couple of days ago, debating and making mincemeat of both President Obama and Democratic congressional leader Debbie Wasserman Schultz on the topic of Obamacare. This guy is seriously smart, as in boy genius smart. So here's my advice. Turn policy genius Paul Ryan into Obama's shadow. Send Ryan to crisscross the nation to shadow Obama's every move. Wherever Obama speaks, Paul Ryan follows, in the same town only hours or a day later. Ryan's job is to intelligently rebut everything Obama says, to call Obama on his fraudulent math, to expose Obama for the phony he is, to show by comparison that Obama is a good talker, but he's not as smart as advertised. Ryan really is the smartest guy in the room. Put him side by side with Obama and he'll prove it. Ryan will expose Obama as the phony he is in the same town on the same local evening news. Ryan proves Obama's full of hot air. Ryan will unmask him, as a teleprompter reader with no understanding of the nuts and bolts of the budget. Ryan turns Obama into the emperor with no clothes. This is Paul Ryan's role of a lifetime. He is the brightest policy wonk in America. Unleash him to use his intelligence and mastery of facts to hound Obama and debunk all of Obama's tales. If there's one man perfect for framing in detail how Obama's ideas have wrecked the U.S. economy and killed jobs, it's Paul Ryan. If there's one man who could paint the devastating picture of what happens to our children and grandchildren if we follow Obama's plan for another 4 years, it's Paul Ryan. I want all of you to go to YouTube and look at the video of Paul Ryan schooling Barack Obama about the lies and math fraud of Obamacare. It is clear that Ryan knows more about Obamacare than Obama does. My educated guess at this point is Ryan knows more about every issue than Obama does. Paul Ryan is Obama's shadow and the real smartest guy in the room. I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week, same time, same place, and don't forget, look for my update on Obama's Columbia University scandal, Part 2. God bless everyone.